Picture this. A golden knight stands before a tower window. A boy hangs from his fingertips, eyes wide with terror. And Jaime Lannister, he pulls the child up to safety. Go. Tell no one what you saw. Everything you know about Westeros. It just changed. Forever. The night is dark and full of theories. What if Jaime and Cersei were never lovers? Let's explore the depths of it in the video. Winterfell's courtyard fills with the king's arrival. Robert Baratheon dismounts, and beside him rides Jaime Lannister. The Golden Knight's eyes don't search for his sister. Instead, he studies the northern fortress with a warrior's appreciation. Cersei steps down from her wheelhouse, beautiful and cold as winter itself. She doesn't glance at Jaime. Doesn't need to. They're siblings, nothing more. Never were. In the crypts, Robert stands before Lyanna's statue. Ned watches his old friend weep. I killed Rager for her. Smashed his chest in. Jaime lingers at the entrance, uncomfortable with such raw emotion. He thinks of his sister, married to this broken man. Thinks of the children she's given him. True Baratheons, every one. Black of hair, blue of eye. Robert's blood runs pure. The feast roars with life. Tyrion drinks deep and watches his siblings. Jaime sits with the Stark boys, teaching Robb and Jon the finer points of swordplay through words and gestures. Cersei holds court with the noble ladies, her crown sitting heavy but fitting. She's a true queen tonight. Not a woman hiding sin. It's just a mother, a ruler, a Lannister wearing Baratheon gold. But darkness still finds Winterfell. Bran climbs the broken tower, as he always does, reaches the window. And there he sees Cersei, yes, but not in Jaime's arms. She stands alone, staring out at the godswood hand on her swollen belly. She's pregnant again, Robert's fourth child. The boy watches, confused why anyone would climb here just to think. He turns to leave. His foot slips, the stone crumbles. Bran falls backward, a scream caught in his throat, and then a hand shoots out, golden and strong. Jaime Lannister, investigating the tower's stability for the royal visit, grabs the boy's wrist. Muscles strain. Bran dangles over death itself. Hold on, boy. Hold on. Jaime pulls with everything he has. The boy crashes onto solid stone, gasping, alive. Go. Tell no one what you saw. Jaime's voice is harsh, but not cruel. These towers aren't safe. Your mother would have my head if she knew you were here. Bran nods, terrified and grateful. He runs. Jaime watches him go, then turns back to the window. He saw Cersei below. Saw her moment of vulnerability. It's her brother. He'll keep that private, that's all. Nothing more. Ned accepts the position as hand. The decision weighs on him, but Robert needs him. The realm needs him. Jon Arryn's death demands investigation. As they prepare to ride south, Catelyn watches her husband with worry. But no assassin comes in the night. No one tries to kill Bran. The boy wakes, tells his tale of falling and being saved. Cersei sends Jaime a grateful letter, a sister's thanks. King's Landing welcomes them with all its stench and glory. Ned walks into the Tower of the Hand and finds it just as Jon left it. The Old Hand's final investigations sit in neat piles. Books about lineages, notes about bastards. Ned frowns, begins to read. Jon Arryn was tracking something about the Baratheon line. But what? Meanwhile, Jaime trains in the yard. He's the youngest Lord Commander of the Kingsguard in history, and he takes the duty seriously now. No secret love affair distracts him. No shame weighs on his shoulders. He's what he always wanted to be, a true knight. He teaches Joffrey the blade. The boy is difficult, cruel at times, but he's Robert's son. Jaime sees it in every movement. Cersei holds her power differently. No paranoia about bastards. No fear of discovery. She rules the Red Keep with cold efficiency. Her children are legitimate. Her position is secure. When Ned comes to her with questions about Jon Arryn's death, she meets his gaze without flinching. The old man fell ill. These things happen. Do. Even the hands of the king. Her words ring true because they are. Ned digs deeper. Finds the book Jon Arryn was reading. The lineages and histories of the great houses of the Seven Kingdoms. Every Baratheon listed. Every child born with black hair. Every single one. Except no. Joffrey, Myrcella, Tommen. All have black hair, blue eyes, strong jaws. They look like Robert. They are Robert's children. Ned closes the book, confused. What was Jon Arryn searching for? In the throne room, King Robert drinks and jokes. But his eyes hold less pain than they once did. Cersei gives him children that look like him, that act like Baratheons. Joffrey is cruel, yes, but Robert was cruel in his youth too. The king sees his own blood continued. It softens something in him, makes him less of a drunk, more of a king. Littlefinger watches all this with calculating eyes. His plans depended on chaos, on secret sins and hidden truths. But the Lannisters present no weakness to exploit. Ned Stark investigates a mystery that doesn't exist. The realm sits stable. Too stable. Pettier Baelish needs disruption, needs war. And if there's no natural cause, he'll create one. He always does. Across the narrow sea, Daenerys Targaryen faces her brother's madness. Viserys still sells her to Khal Drogo, still dreams of his throne. But in this world, something's different. The merchant Illyrio whispers different plans. The Lannisters and Baratheons are strung together. We need allies in Westeros, not just armies. Viserys doesn't listen. He never does. But Daenerys hears. She remembers. The tournament comes. Knights from all corners of the realm. Jaime doesn't participate. He guards the king. But he watches. Sees the mountain ride. Sees the Hound face his brother. When Gregor Clegane tries to kill his brother after losing, it's Jaime who steps between them. Enough, you shame your house. The mountain backs down. The Kingslayer's reputation carries weight. He's not known for breaking oaths, for dishonor, known for keeping his vows. That night, Ned finally speaks with Robert. Jon Arryn was investigating something before he died. I can't determine what. Robert waves it off, drunk on wine and victory. Jon was old, got paranoid in his final days. Forget it, Ned. Enjoy King's Landing, but Ned can't. Won't. Honor demands he find the truth, even if there's no truth to find. Littlefinger makes his move. He approaches Ned in the shadows of the Red Keep. I know what Jon Arryn discovered, but it's dangerous, Lord Stark. Dangerous enough to kill for. Ned's eyes narrow. Tell me, Peter smiles. The king's children aren't his. The lie drops like poison, sweet and deadly. They're Jaime Lannister's brother and sister, sign and shame. Ned reels. But his mind races to every interaction he's witnessed. Jaime teaching Joffrey with a knight's patience, not a father's love. Cersei holding her children close, but never exchanging forbidden glances with her brother. The children themselves black-haired, blue-eyed, looking nothing like Jaime Lannister. Everything contradicts Littlefinger's claim. You're lying. Ned's voice is cold as the north. I don't know why, but you're lying. Littlefinger doesn't flinch. Might ask yourself, Lord Stark, why would Jon Arryn die investigating the royal children if there was nothing to find? Why would I risk everything to tell you this lie? Ned grabs his collar. Because you want chaos. You want war. I've seen men like you before. You profit from other people's blood. He shoves Pettier away. Stay away from me. Stay away from my investigation. But the seed is planted. Doubt creeps into Ned's mind like frost. He watches Jaime and Cersei now, looking for signs. Finding none, they're siblings. They act like siblings. Jaime treats her with respect, distance. Cersei commands him as Lord Commander, nothing more. Yet Littlefinger's words echo. Ned decides to do what he does best. He investigates, talks to those who knew Jon Arryn, follows the old hand's last steps. In the Street of Steel, a master armorer tells Ned about a visit. Lord Arryn came asking about a boy, black-haired boy with Baratheon blood. I made the lad a helmet once. Ned's pulse quickens. Where is this boy? The armorer shrugs. Went off to the wall, I think. Took the black. Name was Gendry, another bastard of Robert's. Another child with black hair. The pattern holds. Truth remains solid. War doesn't come to King's Landing, but tension does. Cersei thanks Ned privately. You could have believed him. Could have destroyed my family. Why didn't you? Ned meets her gaze. Because I looked. I investigated, and I found nothing but truth. Your children are Robert's. Anyone with eyes can see it. Cersei nods slowly. For the first time, she respects the Northern Lord. You're a good man, Eddard Stark. King's Landing needs more of those. But across the realm, Littlefinger's poison spreads. Sends letters to Highgarden, to Dorne, to Casterly Rock. Each one carefully crafted. Each one sowing doubt. The king's children aren't his. The Lannisters play a dangerous game. Some lords dismiss it. Others wonder. Tywin Lannister receives his copy, and his face hardens like stone. Someone dares question his house's honor. Someone dares spread lies about his children. This cannot stand. Tywin's eyes narrow. Not good enough. These letters have gone to every major house. The damage is done. We must make a public statement. Prove the children's legitimacy beyond doubt. Robert growls. How they look like me. They act like Baratheons. What more proof do people need? Tywin leans forward. Royal decree. Backed by the crown and Casterly Rock, and the execution of Pettier Baelish when he's found. The decree goes out. Every raven in King's Landing takes flight. The king's children are his blood. Any who question this fact commits treason. The reward for Pettier Baelish's head 100,000 gold dragons. The realm takes notice. Some believe, others remain skeptical. But the message is clear. The crown and the wealthiest house in Westeros stand united. That unity terrifies anyone who would stand against it. Jaime watches all of this from the shadows. He's grateful for Ned's investigation, grateful his sister's honor remains intact. But he also wonders what life would be like if the accusations were true. Would he have loved her that way? Could he have? Thoughts disturb him? He pushes them away. Focuses on his duty, on being the knight he always wanted to be. Pure, honorable, true. In the north, Robb Stark trains with his brothers. A letter arrives from King's Landing. Ned writes about Littlefinger's treachery, about false accusations and political games. Robb reads it aloud to Jon. Father says the king's children are legitimate, that someone tried to start a war with lies. Jon nods slowly. Your father would know. He investigated. The North believes Ned Stark. That's all that matters. Months pass. Littlefinger remains missing. Some say he's in Braavos. Others claim the Tyrells sheltered him. But his letter stopped. His poison weakens. Life in King's Landing returns to its normal corruption. Ned prepares to return north. I've done what I can here, Robert. Jon Arryn's death was natural. The accusations against your family were lies. I want to go home. Robert grips his friend's shoulder. Stay, please. I need someone I can trust. The realm needs you. Ned sees the desperation in his old friend's eyes. But he also sees something else. Clarity. Robert drinks less now, hunts less, spends more time with Joffrey, trying to mold the boy into a king. It's not working. Joffrey is cruel by nature, but Robert tries. That effort means something. Ned compromises. 1 more year, and I return to Winterfell. Robert nods. Fair enough. In that year, help me prepare Joffrey. Teach him what honor means, what duty demands. Gods know I can't seem to get through to the boy. Ned agrees, though doubt fills him. Joffrey Baratheon is his father's son, yes. But he inherited Robert's worst qualities, the cruelty, the rage, the entitlement. Joffrey resists every lesson, mocks Ned's northern honor. You're all savages up there, bowing to trees, following old gods that don't exist. Ned remains patient. Honor exists in all men, your grace, even those who worship different gods. King must understand this. Joffrey sneers. A king must be strong, must be feared. He fingers his sword. My father crushed Rhaegar Targaryen. That's the kind of king I'll be. But not all of Robert's children inherited his darkness. Myrcella is gentle, kind. She sits with Sansa Stark and learns of the North. Is it true there are giants beyond the wall? Sansa smiles. So they say. I've never seen one. Myrcella's eyes shine with wonder. She's everything Joffrey isn't. Proof that blood doesn't determine destiny. Choice does. Action does. Honor does. Tommen, the youngest, follows Jaime everywhere. The boy worships his uncle, wants to be a knight like him. Jaime trains him patiently, teaching him not just swordplay, but chivalry. A knight protects the weak. Tommen serves the realm. It's not about glory. Tommen absorbs every word. He'll never be a great warrior, but he might be a good man, and that matters more. In Winterfell, Bran continues to climb, but now he's careful. Remembers the Golden Knight who saved him. Remembers that death lurks in careless moments. He still dreams of flying, still feels called to something greater. The three-eyed raven visits his dreams. You have a purpose, Brandon Stark. Beyond these walls, beyond this life, Bran wakes confused, frightened, hopeful. Beyond the wall, the Night King rises. The dead march. The cold comes. None of this changes. The long night approaches regardless of who sits the Iron Throne, regardless of which children are legitimate. The realm's petty squabbles mean nothing to the army of the dead. They come for all. For everyone. The only question is whether the living will be united enough to face them. A year passes. Ned prepares to finally leave King's Landing. But the night before his departure, Varys comes to him. Lord Stark, I have information. About the Queen, Ned's hand goes to his sword. What information? Varys' face is grave. Not about incest. About pregnancy. The child she carries it may kill her. The maesters are worried. The king doesn't know how serious it is. Ned finds Robert in his chambers. The king looks older, more worn. What is it, Ned? The Lord of Winterfell speaks carefully. Your wife? The pregnancy? The maesters say there are complications. Robert's face goes white. For all their problems, he cares for Cersei. She's given him legitimate heirs, made him feel less alone. How bad? Ned shakes his head. Bad enough. Cersei lies in the birthing bed. The pain is unlike anything she's experienced before. The maesters work desperately. Robert paces outside, for once looking every bit the terrified husband. Jaime stands guard, his face a mask of professional calm. But inside he's torn apart. She's his sister. His blood. If she dies, he forces the thought away. She won't die. She can't. Hours pass. The screaming stops. The silence is worse. Then a baby's cry, weak but there. The maester emerges, blood on his robes. Your Grace, you have a son. But the Queen Robert doesn't wait. He bursts into the room. Cersei lies pale as death, breathing shallow. The baby in her arms is tiny, fragile. Robert, she whispers. His name, call him Stefan, far to your father. Robert kneels beside the bed, takes her hand. For a moment, the wild boar of a man becomes something gentler. You'll recover. You'll have to. Cersei smiles weakly. I am a lioness. We don't die easy. But they both know the truth. This birth took everything. The maesters confirm it later. Cersei Lannister will not survive the week. The queen is dying. The realm holds its breath. The queen dying should bring chaos. But instead, something unexpected happens. Robert sobers, stays by her bedside, reads to her, talks about their children, remembers when they were younger, before resentment built walls between them. I never loved you the way you deserved, he admits. I'm sorry. Cersei reaches up, touches his face. I know, but you gave me a purpose. Children, a crown. That's enough. Jaime visits his sister alone, stands at the foot of her bed. Words fail him. She's always been the strong one. The one with plans, with vision. Seen her broken like this. Don't, she says softly. Don't mourn me yet, I'm still here. He moves closer. What can I do? She laughs, but it turns into coughing. Live, Jaime. Be the knight you were meant to be. Protect my children. That's all I ask. 3 days later, Queen Cersei Lannister dies. A realm goes into mourning. The funeral is attended by lords from every corner of Westeros. They all come, all pay respects. Whatever their feelings about the queen, she was Robert's wife, mother to his legitimate heirs. She commanded respect, even in death. Tywin Lannister stands stone-faced as his daughter is laid to rest, but his eyes promise vengeance on anyone who would use this tragedy for political gain. Robert changes after her death. The man who buried his love for Lyanna Stark finds himself burying another woman he barely knew. Guilt consumes him. Drank when she lived, ignored her, failed her. Now she's gone, and he's left with questions. With regrets, he stops hunting, stops drinking, focuses on his children. On being the king the father he should have been all along, Joffrey doesn't mourn properly. Goes through the motions but feels nothing. She was always cold, he tells Sandor Clegane. Always demanding. I'm glad she's gone. The Hound looks at the boy with disgust. You're 13 years old. Already you're a monster. Joffrey laughs. I'm a king. Or will be. Kings don't have time for weakness like grief. But Myrcella weeps. Tommen weeps. Little Stefan will never know his mother. The children who inherited Robert's better qualities feel her loss deeply. Jaime watches over them like a hawk. He made a promise. He'll keep it. No matter what. That's what knights do. What he does. Honor above all. Even above the pain crushing his chest, Ned prepares to leave again. But Robert stops him one final time. I'm going to remarry. For the realm, for my children. They need a mother. Ned nods slowly. Who? Robert's answer surprises everyone. Margaery Tyrell. The Reach needs binding to the crown. The girl is young, yes, but kind. She'll be good to the children. It's a political match. But it's also smart. The realm needs stability. The marriage is arranged quickly. Margaery Tyrell comes to King's Landing with her grandmother, Olenna. The Queen of Thorns takes one look at Joffrey and sees everything. That boy is dangerous, she tells Margaery. But you must win him over. Control him. Or he'll destroy everything. Margaery smiles. I can handle boys. Even cruel ones. Watch. Margaery works her magic. She flatters Joffrey. Strokes his ego. Makes him feel powerful, while subtly guiding him toward better choices. It's manipulation, yes. But it's manipulation toward good. A strong king shows mercy sometimes, she whispers. Shows the small folk he cares. Joffrey doesn't care. But he likes that Margaery thinks he's strong, so he plays along. Slowly, imperceptibly, he becomes less cruel, less reckless. Robert watches this transformation with grateful eyes. Chose well. Margaery is everything Cersei was in Warm. Political, skilled at the game. She mothers his younger children. He flatters his eldest. Runs the court with grace. The realm begins to heal. To breathe. Ned finally returns north, satisfied that his friend is in capable hands, that the realm is stable. At last he can go home, but Littlefinger still lurks, still plots. He watches from Highgarden, where the Tyrells sheltered him. Watches Margaery succeed where his chaos failed. Rage builds in him. He wanted war, wanted disruption. Instead, the realm grows stronger, united under a king who finally cares. Under a new queen who knows how to play the game. This wasn't the plan. This can't be allowed to continue. 2 years pass. Robert's children grow. Joffrey, under Margaery's influence, becomes tolerable. Not good. Never truly good, but better. He learns to hide his cruelty, to present a kingly face. Tommen flourishes under Jaime's training. Myrcella charms visiting lords with her grace. And baby Stefan grows strong, healthy, bearing his mother's features and his father's strength. The realm prospers. But across the narrow sea, Daenerys Targaryen walks into fire and emerges with dragons. 3 impossible creatures. The spider sends word to King's Landing. The Targaryen girl lives. She is monsters. Robert receives the news with grim determination. Then we prepare. Strengthen the realm. Build our armies. If she comes, we'll be ready. For once he doesn't rage. He plans. He thinks. Jaime requests an audience with the king. Your Grace, let me lead an expedition across the narrow sea. Find the Targaryen girl. End this threat before it reaches our shores. Robert considers this. Jaime Lannister, his Kingslayer. It's the man who saved Bran Stark, who protected Cersei's children, his children. You'd do this? Risk everything? Jaime nods. It's my duty, as Lord Commander, as your subject. Let me serve. Robert grants permission. Jaime sails with a small company of skilled men. They land in Karth, follow rumors and whispers, find Daenerys and Astapor negotiating for the Unsullied. Jaime approaches alone, hand on his sword. The dragons sense him, circle overhead, but they don't attack. Daenerys studies the Golden Knight. You've come to kill me. It's not a question. I've come to talk. Jaime's voice is steady. The king wants peace, wants to avoid war. Turn to Westeros, bend the knee, and he'll grant you lands. A place of honor, your bloodline restored. Daenerys laughs. He wants me to surrender, to give up my birthright. Jaime nods. Yes. But considers the Iron Throne worth burning, the realm worth all those lives? Yes. Or is there another way? Daenerys doesn't answer immediately. She thinks of her brother, of Drogo, of all she's lost chasing this dream. I was sold like cattle, raped, left to die. And you asked me to surrender to the man who let it all happen? Jaime's face softens. No. I ask you to choose a different path. Robert Baratheon is not the man who started this war. He's changed. The realm has changed. Don't make the same mistakes your father made. The negotiation takes weeks. Daenerys demands concessions. Robert agrees to some, refuses others. They compromise. We'll return to Westeros. We'll meet with Robert. We'll negotiate peace. But she keeps her dragons, keeps her armies. Insurance. Trust must be earned. Jaime sends word the Targaryen girl is coming. Not for war. For peace. Maybe. Meanwhile, in King's Landing, Littlefinger makes his move. He's been patient, built alliances, bribed key members of the City Watch. Now, as the realm focuses on the Targaryen threat, he strikes. Assassins enter the Red Keep at night. Target Joffrey Baratheon. Kill the heir, blame the Targaryens. Start the war, pettier needs. It's a simple plan. It almost works. But Tommen can't sleep. Wanders the halls as children do. Stumbles upon the assassin sneaking toward his brother's chambers. The boy freezes. Should run. Should hide. Instead, he screams loudly. Persistently, guards come running. The assassins panic, fight, fall, to escape. But 3 die in the halls of the Red Keep. And Tommen's screams saved his brother's life. Robert interrogates the surviving assassin personally. The man breaks under the king's fury. Littlefinger, Lord Baelish hired us, said to blame the Targaryens. Robert's face goes purple with rage. He sends riders immediately. Find him, bring him to me, alive if possible, dead if necessary. The hunt begins. And this time, Petyr Baelish has nowhere left to run. They find him in Highgarden. Olenna Tyrell personally hands him over. We don't harbor would-be Kingslayers here. Take him. He's yours. Littlefinger is dragged back to King's Landing in chains, paraded through the streets. The small folk spit on him. Throw refuse. This man tried to kill their prince, tried to start a war. No one mourns his capture. The trial is public, held in the throne room. Ned Stark returns from the north to witness it. Robert sits the Iron Throne, face carved from stone. Littlefinger stands below, defiant to the end. I did what was necessary. The realm was too stable. It's too comfortable. Change requires chaos. Robert leans forward. You tried to kill my son, my heir. For chaos, for your own advancement. You are guilty. The sentence is death. But before the sentence is carried out, Littlefinger laughs. You think killing me stops this? I've planted seeds throughout the realm. My agents, my spies, my chaos. It will bloom whether I live or die. Robert stands, descends the steps. Stands before the man who would have destroyed everything. Then will root out every seed, burn every lie, and rebuild stronger than before. Your chaos dies with you, Petyr Baelish. Ned Stark beheads Littlefinger in the courtyard. The man who passes the sentence swings the sword. Northern justice in the south. The crowd cheers. The realm breathes easier. One threat eliminated, but others remain. Always others. It's the price of peace. Constant vigilance. Constant work. Nothing is ever truly finished. When Daenerys finally arrives in Westeros, she comes to a realm ready for her. Robert meets her in the throne room. The old boar and the young dragon. They study each other, equals adversaries, potential allies. You could have come with war, Robert says. You chose to talk instead. It takes courage. Daenerys nods. War is easy. Peace is hard. I choose the harder path. The negotiations take months. Daenerys wants recognition. Lands a seat at the table. Robert offers Dragonstone, recognition of her house. Marriage to Tommen, when both come of age. An alliance sealed in blood and fire, Daenerys considers. Studies the young prince, sees kindness there. Potential. Agreed. But my dragons remain mine. I want a place on your small council. Robert grants it, names her Master of Dragon Lore. New position, a symbolic one. But it gives her voice, gives her power without threatening his own. The realm watches this alliance form with wonder and fear. Dragons have returned to Westeros, but not for conquest, for partnership, for a new era. If it holds. Years later, Jaime Lannister stands on the walls of King's Landing. He's older now, silver threads in his golden hair. But he's still Lord Commander, still honorable, still the knight he always wanted to be. Wanted to Poina and Daenerys walk together in the gardens below, young and hopeful, building something new. Jaime thinks of his sister, of the sacrifice she made. Her children live, thrive. That's all she wanted. It's all that matters. In the north, Ned Stark watches his own children grow. Robb learns to lead. Jon Snow still questions his place in the world, but there's no shame in their family. No dark secrets buried in southern keeps. Just honor, just duty, just the cold winds of winter that always come. But come with warnings now, come with time to prepare. The realm stands united. For the first time in generations, truly united. What if Jaime and Cersei were never lovers? The realm changes. Not perfectly. Evil still exists, Littlefinger, cruelty, ambition, but the foundation holds. Truth replaces lies. Honor replaces shame. Children grow legitimate. Queens die and are remembered fondly. Kings learn to rule instead of just reign. And a golden knight becomes what he always dreamed, a true protector. It's not a kingslayer, not a man haunted by forbidden love. It's just Jaime Lannister, Kingsguard brother, Uncle Knight. Sometimes the smallest choices echo loudest through history. Sometimes love not taken is the greatest gift of all. That's our theory. Westeros is a land filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you want to accompany us on this journey across the Seven Kingdoms and beyond, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.